Welcome to I Teach Comics. I'm your host Peter. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at issue number 1 of Absolute Batman. And yeah, overall, for a first issue and for an issue that had to introduce us to the new world and the character of Batman, this new Batman, as well as the new Alfred Pennyworth and Commissioner Gordon, who is actually the mayor in this continuity, it was pretty good. The main threat of this story arc seems to be the party animals, and we do get to see that Bruce's origin, like his backstory. His father actually got killed whenever him as a kid and went with his father and I guess his school to the zoo, which was pretty interesting. So yeah, it's a very different take, considering this is supposed to be like Marvel's Ultimate lines to be its own continuity apparently with this Absolute line. And we also saw that we got introduced to the Joker at the very end of the comic issue, basically the epilogue. And overall, if I had to say some really good things about this issue and why I'm excited to read this going forward, it has to be like scenes like with the party animals coming in and trying to assassinate Mayor Jim Gordon, as well as the people that were attending the City Hall meeting. That was interesting. Batman foiling that plot. The interactions between him and Alfred, which we'll see how that happens later on. Like if there's to be some type of connection between them two, maybe he doesn't know that that's Bruce, because I think he deducted that it was Bruce Wayne in the issue, now that I think about it. So I'm guessing they're just not connected at all, which is interesting. I'm not sure if I agree with that, because that's been so core to the Alfred character since his creation, as well as Jim Gordon being the mayor instead of the commissioner. That's a little weird. Would have preferred him being like a police officer, maybe, if you're not gonna have him be the commissioner. But this could all be leading up into him becoming the commissioner later on in the story. But it is implied that he had already done police work and worked his way up to being the mayor of the city by one of the bystanders, people that were in the city hall, some lady. So basically, letting everyone know that he had put in his work for the city and then became the mayor. So I think it's interesting, the issue. The best things about it to me are the fight choreography as well as the paneling. The paneling is fantastic. The artwork is good. I had never, I think, seen this guy's artwork, so I'm actually very impressed with this first issue. Hopefully they keep this artist, because he did a very good job, and he really nails this giant bulking Batman, knows how to make him fight pretty interesting, which is one thing I was kind of looking forward to, seeing how brutal he can be. And I don't think he's reached that point yet that he probably can get to when it comes to the brutality of this bulking Batman, but I'm pretty sure we'll see that in future issues, and hopefully that is something we see. But overall, I really enjoyed Absolute Batman number 1. I'm looking forward to issue number 2. And I think the story arc's going to be pretty good for a first story arc. Hopefully, when it's all over, we can overview the entire arc and, the story arc, and just look at how well it was done. Because this first issue usually would be a lot of setup, wouldn't be that interesting, but it was overall a very enjoyable issue and reminds me a lot of very great comic series that really had a great start, great first issue that had a story that it wanted to tell, completely told it, which is something that, every story that I've, read in comic books, I'm always impressed whenever they can do a great issue number 1 that really just introduces the world, introduces the characters, the main character, his motivations, just everything, and gets you wanting to read more of the story and the series. So that's one thing I can give it, is that it does that. It makes you want to read more of the series, and this series is going to be great if it continues like issue number 1. But that's going to be all, guys. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, as I will be covering this series on my channel. I really enjoyed this issue, and as long as I'm enjoying it, I'm going to keep covering it on the channel. I will also be checking out Absolute Superman as well. I don't know if I will cover the Absolute Wonder Woman series, because I've never been that big of a Wonder Woman reader as far as her solo series goes. But we'll see. Maybe I'll cover it, maybe I won't. But for sure, I will be covering Absolute Batman and Absolute Superman whenever I'm able to. And probably other stuff as well, like the current Spider-Man run that's going on, as well as the current Batman run as well. Those are basically the 5 stories I'm probably going to be covering on this channel consistently, or at least I'm going to try to, and really just start uploading on this channel, try and cover those stories, because they seem to be pretty interesting to talk about, and I just want to get more content, more stories out to you guys. But that's going to be all, guys. Until next video, be sure to subscribe and leave a like on the video to show your support. If you want, you can donate to the Cash App down below, which is Comic Peter. It helps support the channel and helps me to get more videos out. But until next video, guys, God bless you, and until the next lesson, keep reading those comments.